I'm Dalton Grenier, and today we have a very special guest with us, Karoline Emme, a culinary professional from Seasons 52 in Kansas City.
Thank you, Dalton. Today I decided that we're going to make some chicken teriyaki skewers. I believe they're going to be a really great spring appetizer for you guys. Got a lot of fresh fruit, some really tasty chicken, and there's nothing better on a stick. So these are the ingredients that you'll need for this recipe.
Half teaspoon red pepper, a tablespoon of brown sugar, half cup of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon honey, half teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of garlic, 1 tablespoon cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon of water. You will also need 1 large onion, 1 bell pepper, cubed pineapple, 2 chicken breasts, a 4th cup of vegetable oil, and salt and pepper to taste.
So the first thing about chicken teriyaki is to make the teriyaki sauce. The teriyaki sauce and the marinade are going to be the same thing. The only difference is one will be hot and thick, and the other one will be cold for your chicken.
Interesting.
So the first thing we're going to start with is our sticky items. So we have brown sugar and honey. You're going to need a tablespoon of both. Wouldn't mind doing that. This is to kind of get it hot enough to kind of melt, get it in that more of like a sauce kind of consistency.
Okay.
All right, nice. And then we have brown sugar. Nice.
There we go. Perfect.
All right, so that's a tablespoon of both of those items. And we're gonna add a half a cup of soy sauce. I'm giving that a stir. Nice. So the next 3 ingredients are going to be something that seasons your sauce. I usually do this to taste, but for the sake of a recipe, we're going to do a teaspoon of garlic and a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper and ground ginger.
Oops.
You're good. All right, give that one more stir. Nice and done. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna add to our sauce is a slurry. It's mixed with cornstarch and water. Both are gonna be the same ratios. Right now I only have a tablespoon of each. A slurry is a thickening agent, and it's also a gluten-free option if you're ever trying to do something different.
Okay. Nice.
So when making a slurry, you wanna mix the cornstarch and water beforehand. You want your sauce to be hot. Otherwise, it won't thicken up your liquid. So if you see in the pan, it has some bubbles in it. That's when you know it's the right time to add your slurry. All right, you wouldn't mind mixing that for me? It's gonna look a little weird at first, as probably can't tell from right here, but it did make the color just a slightly bit lighter. Oh yeah, it's already kind of sticking real good.
That's crazy.
Nice.
So Carrie, tell me the difference between our sauce and our marinade.
Okay, so it's actually the exact same recipe. The only difference is that slurry that we put in the sauce. You can look at this consistency right here. It's way thicker than what you see on this chicken.
Very cool.
Shish kebabs are originally a Turkish dish which translated literally means roast meat skewers. This meat on a stick was not just made for the convenience of one-hand eating, but became a practical solution for traveling nomadic tribes. The meat was often marinated to help it tenderize and get rid of the gamey flavor.
And now we're gonna cut vegetables for the skewers. Okay, so the vegetables I chose for today, I have pineapple, onion, and a red bell pepper. You can always add or subtract different ingredients depending on like what you like on your skewers. These are just some basics that I like to use. Today we're going to cut these into bite-sized pieces. As you notice, like these are already pre-cut, really decent in size. You just toss them in your mouth real good. All right, so let's start with the onion. Okay, so after we get all of our product cut, we're gonna add a little bit of oil and some salt and pepper. You always wanna season everything you do, even if it's just regular vegetables. All right, so next thing that we're gonna do is cut our chicken. I'm using chicken breast because you don't have to bone it. You want to get nice bite-sized pieces.
All right, now that we've got our chicken finished and our vegetables are prepared, we're gonna start putting our skewers together.
Nice.
One of the first uses of the term shish kebab was during the Turkish invasion of Anatolia. Out in the open fields, soldiers would make large fires, and on those flames were their swords stacked high with cubed meats. Today, meat skewers are found in all cultures and continue to be a popular warm weather dish.
Now that our kebabs are assembled, we're gonna start cooking them. And typically you would see them on a grill top, but for the sake of time and location, we're gonna stick them in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes on 350. Now we've got our kebabs and our ceviche.
Nice.
Oh, so good. There's such a freshness to the ceviche, like so many flavors. The cucumber and the lime juice and avocado are really like with that base, and then you have the mango and the shrimp, and it's just really tight it all together. It's now on to our kebabs. How do we tackle this?
Cheers.
Cheers. I get dumbfounded because the food is just like, oh wow.
It actually tastes good.
Well, as you can see, it's pretty messy. I really like it. The flavors of the pineapple and the red bell pepper and the chicken go really well together. The marinade soaked in the chicken really nicely. So for the ceviche, I'm gonna have to give it 4.5 chef hats out of 5. It's so good. For the kebab, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 4 chef's hats out of 5. Very good. The chicken was very tender. The marinade really soaked into it. When you get a full bite, it's just incorporating so many different flavors into one. It's very harmonious, and it's a very good, quick on-the-go snack. And you know, I liked it. It's good.
Well, I'm glad I got to share some recipes with you guys.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Follow us on our social media at KNWT8. If you want to watch the latest episode of Catatouille, click here.
And if you want to watch the latest episode of Gen 2, click here.
Good job. Let's clean up.
Okay.
Eat this.
Was that